last video, we already created health bar for each enemies, and how to spawn bullet in another video. This video, add damage when bullet hits enemy. Damage is added and update its health bar as well. How to add text to show number of damage. How to load any prefab from your project using resources. And how to move text above health bar position. Let's open your bullet or projectile script. Whenever bullet touches any other objects, bullet will be destroyed. When bullet touch other object, information of that object will be stored inside variable collision. So you can check this object to see if bullet hit an enemy or not. We gonna compare tag of collision object. Make sure you added tag enemy for them already. If you don't have tag enemy yet, you can create a new one. If object with tag enemy is hit by bullet, this if event will be true. If it was an enemy, let's add damage to this enemy. Open health bar script on enemy. To update health on enemy and health bar, we just need to call event update health, and this event is inside component enemy health bar manager. So first step, let's get component enemy health bar manager from enemy. Now you can call event update health to update or add damage to this enemy. This event will need a number of health you want to add into health bar. Let's add -1 for 1 damage to enemy health. Run the game to see how it works. Press button to throw a bullet to enemy. It hit enemy and deal 1 damage to enemy as expected. If you want to deal 2 or 3 damage instead, let's add a new variable to do it. Create a variable with name damage. Set public to edit directly on editor. Now just add it to number of damage. Save your script. On your bullet or projectile, enter the number of damage can be made by this bullet into. I will apply enemy mushroom with 2 health only. And enemy trunk with 4 health total. Now press play to test it. Enemy mushroom has 2 health only, so 1 hit, he will die. Enemy trunk has 4 health. After he got a damage, he lost 2 HP. And died when he got another damage. Create a 3D text mesh pro. Name it damage text. Let's edit this text as you want. Select one font that you like most. Make it bold if you want stroke bigger. Let's align text at center to control it easier. Enter any sample number for testing. Then scale its size smaller. And select a color for it. Let's add new script for it. With any names you like. Open it. Remove unnecessary code. To move an object, it will need component rigid body 2D. Let's change type to kinematic. Kinematic to ignore all physics or gravity on this object. Make sure simulated is turned on to be able to move. Freeze all rotation. Now let's add this rigid body into our script. Name it rigid body 2D component. Add on awake when this text is created. Let's get component rigid body 2D on this text. Now you can move this text at on start. To move it, use rigid body 2D velocity. Velocity is a vector 2 value. so you need to enter a value of vector 2 for it. To move object go up, x will be 0, and y will be 1. To control its speed to move fast or slower, create a new variable with any value of speed you want. Then add it to vector of velocity to move it faster. Save your script. The text can move up now. I will set its speed slower a little bit. It looks better now. After damage text is showing, it will be destroyed after a short time. Use destroy event to destroy this text object. To destroy it after a time, just add a number into its second parameter. I will destroy this text after 2 seconds. Press play. It works perfect. Hold and drop it in a folder to convert a prefab. Now every time we deal damage to enemy, we create new damage text and move it above enemy position. Let's open enemy script where health bar is updated. When enemy received a damage, event update health will be called. It will receive the number of damage too. So we can show damage text right after this event is called. Damage text will show the number of damage that enemy is receiving. Add new void event show damage to create new damage text. It will have number of damage that we already have it above. To create new damage text, we need to add prefab damage text into this script first. Set it public to edit directly on editor. Now you can draw prefab damage text into this variable. If you have another enemy on the screen, make sure you drop damage text into his script as well. I will show you how to get prefab damage text automatically in script later. Now you already have prefab damage text in our script. Let's create new copy of damage text when enemy received a damage. It will have 4 parameters. First parameter is game object to create a copy. Add prefab damage text into. Second parameter is position to create new object. Let's try to create it at enemy position. Third parameter is rotation of new object. Set it default rotation. Last parameter is parent object to contain this new object. Null for root object on hierarchy. Let's see how it works. When enemy received a damage text is showing and move up as expected. But we need to move damage text above this health bar instead. On enemy health bar script, you added health bar position inside our script already. Now instead of creating damage text at enemy position, let's create it at health bar position. Save your script and try to test it. Damage text was created right health bar position, but we should move it above health bar completely. At health bar position, it has value of a vector 3. To modify this position, add it with another vector 3. We want to move damage text above health bar, so we need to change its Y position only. Now let's try to run game again. Damage text was above health bar correctly and perfect. Event instantiate will create a new copy of damage text object. Let's add new object of damage text into a variable to call it easier. On damage text, to change text of it, you need to change it inside component text mesh pro. Let's get component text mesh pro from this new damage text object. Now you can change text inside text mesh pro. Change its text exactly the same number of damage that enemy received. This number is type of float, but the text has type of string, so you have to convert float to string type. All done. Save your script. You can apply any number of damage on your bullet now. Run game to see the result. Damage text showed the correct number of bullet damage. To create damage text on enemy, you must add prefab damage text directly into enemy script. You have to do the same thing for all of enemies. You cannot do it all if you have so many enemies on screen. I will show you how to get prefab damage text inside the script automatically. Open your script. You can remove public variable. Now you will load prefab damage text at onAwake when enemy is created. We will use event resources load to load any files or objects in your project. When you call this load event, it will load a file inside your folder resources. You must create a folder with name resources and put your files into. I added prefab damage text inside folder prefab here. Let's load it in your script. Enter the path of prefab damage text that's inside resources folder. This is how to load any files in your project. But you have one error here. It said that cannot get type of game object, because variable damage text is a type of game object. You need to tell it what type of return after it loaded your file. Let's get type of game object that we need. All done. Save your script. On your enemy, you don't need to add prefab damage text by hand anymore. You can get prefab damage text automatically by script now. You will use this resources load event a lot in your future projects. Don't forget to subscribe my channel to save this video. Thank you for watching.